Hi beauties, what's up? Welcome to my channel. Today we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day has always held a special place in my heart. I'm going to dedicate this video to my grandmother. She passed away in the summer of 1984. Her name was Doris and she was Irish. Her last name was Dugan. She passed away way too early. It was the summer before my senior year. And my grandmother was such a special lady to all her nieces and nephews. And she had one daughter, my mother, and she named her Kathleen, which is an Irish name. And my mom had beautiful big green eyes. My grandmother's eyes were green also. Of course I have the brown eyes, but that's okay. My mom had beautiful eyes. And I don't know a lot about Irish people or Irish ways. We always celebrated that day when my grandmother was living. She made everything so special. So today I thought to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, I would do a St. Patrick's Day eye look. And I chose to use the Gemini palette by Melt Cosmetics. And I purchased this at the end of last year and planned on doing a review with it. But I had so much trouble learning how to use this palette. It was very hard to blend some of the colors. I know I have very dry eyelids, so I have trouble with blending. And I redid that video, I know, a good 3 times till I just gave up. And then the next day I tried different eye looks and finally figured out how to use the palette. This is probably one of the prettiest color stories I've ever seen in a palette. And I'd say this is the prettiest colors that came out last year in a palette. I just love this olive green section, and it blends well with this, I'd say this is like a brown, like a mustard brown section, but it pairs well with it. And the mattes, you have to tap them in. You can't just go in blending real heavy because it just won't blend well. But some people didn't have any trouble with the palette, and some people did. But after I figured out how to use it, I can use it a little bit better. But hence, I never did a video, so I thought it would be a good palette to use because these colors remind me of my mother's eyes. These green colors, her eyes were like an olive green. And that was my mother's middle name was Olive, Kathleen Olive. And it was such a beautiful name. Of course, as you can tell, my mom passed away in 2011. So a lot of great women in my family are no longer here. I was close to both my grandmothers. But I thought this would be a good video to talk about my grandmother. And I want to give y'all an update. I'm still doing my Teamy challenge, my 30-day detox. I'm almost finished with it. And I've lost a total of 6 pounds. It's slow, but I'm not dieting real heavy. I'm eating what I want when I want, but I'm just not eating any fattening foods, no fried foods, not a lot of carbs, just a little. And I'm doing great. I feel good. This tea has helped me so much. And because of St. Patrick's Day, Teamy is giving all my subscribers a 25% off code. So if you want to buy anything from Teamy, including their skincare, from today until St. Patrick's Day Sunday through Sunday, just put the code Kendy25 and you can get 25% off your order. And I think I'm going to buy some more of the tea, the skinny tea and the detox tea, because I'm going to give it like a week to rest, and then I'm going to start it again. And also my husband's going to start drinking it with me. So we'll just keep you updated. I mean, this stuff has really done well for me. This is my nighttime tea. I just made it. And when I finish this video, I'm probably going to bed. So I made it to show you guys. So guys, if you want to see how I achieve this beautiful green look, stay tuned. I zapped up this Gemini palette last year when it came back into stock. Here I'm dipping into my transition color, which is the color Mochi, like a lime medium green tone, and I'm blending it onto my lid. I have mature lids, so I really have to blend it in when putting it down. And here I'm using my Smith 232, which works amazing on my eyes. Still using my Smith 232, I dip into the shade Leo. It's a beautiful deep olive green. This one reminds me of my mother and my grandmother's eyes so much. Now I'm putting it into my outer corner and blending it just in my crease. That way you can still see Mochi peeking out from the top. Next I decide I want to blend those two together. So I dip into Luna beigey golden color using my JS Jeffree Star 5 brush. I blend these colors together, and I blend and I blend and I blend to get them looking smoothly. Now I decide I want to darken up my outer corner, so I dip into Bonnie, which is a black matte color, and I put too much on my brush, so I dabbed it on, cleaned up my brush, and came back with kind of a clean brush and just blended it in. That's why everyone should have a color switch. Mine is from Sephora by Vera Mona, but you can buy them at Amazon for just as cheap, and it cleans up your brush and you can just change colors without having to wash your brushes so much. I decided to put a little bit more Leo over the black, so I dipped into Leo with my Wayne Goss 17 and just blended it on top. Now I took my JS5 and I'm just blending and blending. I will list the Vera Mona color switch under the video so you can look at it on Sephora and also on Amazon to compare the two. Now I'm dipping into this beautiful color called Goals. And I take Goals and I apply it onto my lid with a MAC 242. This is great to take shimmery shades and place it on your lid if you have nails and can't use your finger. Notice, ladies, I'm not using any Fix Plus. Now to spruce it up even more, I decide to dip into the gold metallic-y shade called Gemini, and I apply this right on the center of my lid with the MAC 242, and it gave it just that little spruce that it needed, and I love the way this looked. You couldn't really tell that I went from one color to the next. Now here I decided to smoke it out. I used my Wayne Goss 20 and I applied Leo to my under eye. Make sure you connect that under eye to your outer corner because you don't want to have that line end. You got to bring it up. I didn't go all the way to the center of my eye. I stopped about 2/3 of the way. Then I dipped into Luna to blend the under eye area out, and like I said, I didn't go all the way. I left the inner corner of my eyes bare, and I just blended under my eye really well. And I just continually blended everything that I saw that needed to be blended. And then I came back with the beautiful green color, metallic color Goals. and that's a beautiful green color, and I just put it in my inner corner as an inner corner highlight. And then I noticed I had a lot of fallout, so I used the JS1 to dust off all the fallout off of my face. And then I came back with IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and I noticed that I put a little too many coats of this because it started to get really clumpy. I have one eyelash that's a little shorter than the other from accidentally cutting it, so I was trying to make it long as the other one, but I just couldn't. It was just becoming clumpy. And that's my eye look. I'll list everything that I used on my face below this video if you're interested in seeing which products I used to achieve this look. So in celebration of St. Patrick's Day, we'll put an emoji of a clover at the end of your comment, or any kind of St. Patrick's Day emoji you can find. And if you can't find any, just put the word clover. That will be great. Please remember to share and subscribe. And if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. And until next time, bye.
To